Hello, friends, and welcome back to the Daily House Ideas. Today, we're diving into something absolutely magical, transforming your farmhouse into a Halloween heaven that's equal parts cozy and spooky. We're talking rustic candles casting enchanting shadows, garlands dripping with autumn beauty, and that perfect spooky glow that makes everyone feel right at home. Whether you're decorating your fireplace mantel or adding touches throughout every room, I've got 20 gorgeous ideas that'll inspire you to create the farmhouse Halloween of your dreams. So grab your pumpkin spice latte, get comfortable, and if you love home design as much as I do, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. You won't want to miss a single cozy idea we share here. Let's start where your guests get their first impression: your farmhouse exterior. Think weather wooden signs welcoming trick-or-treaters, galvanized metal buckets overflowing with corn stalks, and wheat bundles flanking your front door. Layer in some vintage lanterns with flickering battery-operated candles for that authentic farmhouse feel. Add a few white pumpkins mixed with traditional orange ones along your porch steps, and consider draping burlap garland intertwined with autumn leaves across your railings. The key is maintaining that rustic aesthetic while incorporating Halloween elements. Nothing too garish, just natural textures and warm, inviting tones. This layered approach creates depth and interest that perfectly captures farmhouse style with a seasonal twist. Your entryway sets the entire mood, so let's make it count. Start with a seasonal doormat featuring a subtle Halloween message and farmhouse topography. Add a vintage wooden coat rack adorned with a burlap and orange ribbon garland, perhaps tucking in some artificial black feathers or mini pumpkins. Your console table becomes a focal point, styled with a distressed wooden tray holding pillar candles in varying heights, surrounded by small white pumpkins and dried hydrangeas. Install some rustic wall hooks for keys, each decorated with a tiny jute bow. Place a vintage crate near the door as shoe storage, topped with a galvanized bucket holding decorative branches. An antique mirror above reflects candlelight beautifully, while a wooden bench offers seating and displays a cozy plaid throw. The living room is where farmhouse Halloween truly comes alive. Your fireplace mantel becomes the star. Layer it with chunky pillar candles and cream and burnt orange atop reclaimed wood risers for dimension. Drape eucalyptus garland mixed with full leaves and mini LED string lights for that magical glow. Incorporate vintage brass candlesticks at varying heights, adding visual interest through the principle of asymmetrical balance. Flank the mantel with tall wheat stalks and vintage milk cans. On your coffee table, create a vignette using a dough ball filled with mixed gourds, pinnacones, and battery-operated taper candles. Swap regular throw pillows for ones featuring buffalo check in black and orange, velvet textures in deep autumn hues, and maybe one with subtle Halloween motifs. Layer chunky knit throws for ultimate coziness. Transform your farmhouse dining table into a Halloween masterpiece that's still sophisticated enough for family dinners. Start with a table runner in natural linen or burlap as your foundation. Create a centerpiece using a reclaimed wood tray or a vintage dough bowl filled with an arrangement of mixed pumpkins, pillar candles, and sprigs of preserved eucalyptus. Incorporate elements like antique brass candlesticks with black taper candles for dramatic height. Layer in smaller detail. Scatter small white pumpkins between place settings. Add name cards attached to mini gourds with jute twine. Use your everyday white farmhouse dishes, but elevate them with chargers made from woven natural materials. Cloth napkins in burnt orange or black check patterns, tied with twine and a sprig of dried wheat, complete the look beautifully. Your farmhouse kitchen deserves Halloween love too. Style open shelving by interspersing everyday dishes with small decorative pumpkins and vintage Halloween tins. On countertops, Create a coffee station moment. Arrange your small coffee machine on a vintage wooden tray with orange and cream mugs. A small sign reading witch's brew in a jar filled with cinnamon sticks. Style the area around your stove with a garland of preserved autumn leaves draped along the range hood. Use vintage glass jars filled with orange and black candies as both decoration and treats. Place a rustic wooden crate near the refrigerator holding seasonal recipe cards and rolled kitchen towels and Halloween plaids. Add a small vignette near the sink with a mercury glass pumpkin and hand soap in an apothecary-style dispenser. Create the ultimate cozy viewing space for those Halloween movie marathons. The area around your flat screen TV becomes a decorated zone. Place chunky candles on the media console in varying heights, surrounded by small pumpkins and vintage books stacked horizontally. Drape a simple garland of dried leaves and berries along the top of the console without obstructing the screen. Add Halloween-themed throw pillows to your sectional in rich textures like velvet, linen, and fox fur. Layer blankets in full colors drape over the sofa arms. Place a large woven basket nearby filled with extra throws for chilly autumn evenings. On side tables, use vintage-inspired lanterns with lag candles, creating pools of warm ambient lighting that's perfect for setting a spooky cozy mood without harsh overhead lights. Even your workspace can embrace Halloween farmhouse style. On your small, unique desk, create a vignette that inspires without cluttering. A small vintage radio becomes a decorative piece surrounded by many white pumpkins. Add a small antique desk clock as both functional and decorative element. The patina adds authentic farmhouse character. Use a vintage wooden tray to corral everyday office supplies like pens in a small galvanized container and sticky notes. Incorporate a small potted succulent with a tiny decorative pumpkin nestled beside it. Hang a simple wreath made from grapevine and dried autumn leaves above your desk. Add a table lamp with a burlap-wrapped base and warm-toned bulb for task lighting. Keep one small frame seasonal print, perhaps vintage Halloween artwork or autumn botanical illustration to maintain focus while adding personality. Transform your reading nook into the coziest Halloween escape. Start with your seating. Layer it with plush cushions in autumn colors and a chunky knit throw in burnt orange or cream. Position a floor lamp with a warm Edison bulb nearby for perfect reading light. Create a small side table vignette with a stack of vintage books topped with a small pumpkin and a mug warmer candle in scents like cinnamon or apple cider. Add a small wooden ladder shelf nearby displaying more vintage books interspersed with mini gourds and a small potted mug. Hang a simple macrame wall hanging adorned with a few preserved autumn leaves. Place a jute rug underneath to define the space and add texture. The key here is creating intimate, layered comfort using natural materials and warm lighting that makes you never want to leave. Your bedroom should maintain its peaceful vibe while nodding to the season. On your nightstands, place mercury glass pumpkins or cream ceramic ones for subtle seasonal touch. Swap your everyday throw pillows for velvet versions in deep plum, burnt orange, or charcoal, mixing in one or two with delicate Halloween motifs and neutral tones. Drape a lightweight gauze fabric from the ceiling near your bed canopy style for ethereal ambience. At the foot of your bed, fold a buffalo check throw in black and cream. On your dresser, create a simple vignette using a vintage wooden tray holding a small bouquet of dried flowers, a pillar candle, and a couple of small white pumpkins. Hang a simple eucalyptus wreath on your mirror or wall. Keep scents subtle, think vanilla, amber, or light cinnamon using wax melts rather than strong candles. Even bathrooms deserve Halloween farmhouse touches. Round your wasteful vessel sink. Style with a small wooden tray holding hand soap in an amber glass dispenser, a small white pumpkin, and a bundle of lavender tied with jute twine. Replace regular hand towels with ones in burnt orange, cream, or subtle black check patterns, displayed on vintage-style hooks or a ladder towel rack. In your shower area, Add a new farmhouse-style curtain in natural linen or featuring a subtle autumn pattern. Place a small plant like eucalyptus in a vintage jar on a shower shelf where steam releases its scent naturally. Use a vintage wooden crate for rolled towel storage, topped with a seasonal candle. Add a small framed vintage Halloween print and a woven basket for toiletries to maintain that curated farmhouse aesthetic. Don't neglect your farmhouse garage. This often overlooked space can be both functional and festive. Line workbench shelves with small pumpkins between tool organizers. Hang a simple burlap banner with Halloween greetings across storage cabinets. Use galvanized buckets and vintage wooden crates for organizing seasonal items while keeping the farmhouse aesthetic strong. Install some string lights with amber bulbs along door tracks for warm illumination during evening comings and goings. Place a large vintage ladder against one wall, decorated with a simple garland of full leaves and small gourds hooked onto rungs. Create a small potting station using reclaimed wood if you store garden supplies here, styling it with terracotta pots, small pumpkins, and dried flowers. Even this utilitarian space benefits from intentional, cohesive design that welcomes you home. Your farmhouse patio becomes prime entertaining real estate during Halloween. Create multiple seating vignettes using mismatched vintage chairs and benches adorned with plaid cushions and throw blankets. String Edison bulb lights overhead for ambience that transitions from day to evening beautifully. Use vintage wooden crates as side tables, styling them with lanterns holding pillar candles, small pumpkins, and sprigs of wheat. Place large galvanized tubs filled with corn stalks, branches, and tall grasses in corners to define the space. A large farmhouse table becomes the centerpiece, dressed similarly to your indoor dining table with a burlap runner, candle skip down the center, and natural elements scattered throughout. Add warmth with a fire pit surrounded by Adirondack chairs draped with cozy throws. Hang a seasonal wreath on any exterior wall or fence. Let's dive deeper into mantle styling techniques that create magazine-worthy results. Start with the principle of layering. Begin at the back with your largest elements like mirrors or artwork. Then build forward. Use the rule of 3 when placing objects, creating odd-numbered groupings that feel organic rather than matchy-matchy. Vary heights dramatically using risers, books, or candlesticks of different sizes to create visual rhythm. Incorporate both symmetrical elements for structure and asymmetrical placement for interest, perhaps matching candlesticks on outer edges with varied organic elements in between. Drape garland asymmetrically rather than perfectly centered for that collected over time farmhouse feel. Include different textures like rough wood, smooth ceramic, natural fibers, and metallic finishes. Finally, ensure negative space remains. Not every inch needs decoration. Breathing room prevents visual overwhelm. Candles are absolutely essential for farmhouse Halloween ambience. Mix candle types strategically. Use pillar candles in varying heights and widths as your foundation. Then accent with tapers in vintage brass or iron holders. Incorporate LED candles where safety matters, but prioritize real flame candles where safe, as nothing replicates the authentic flicker. Choose colors thoughtfully. Cream, ivory, and burnt orange work beautifully in farmhouse settings, while strategic black tapers add drama. Place candles at different depths on your mantel, some forward, some back, to create dimensional interest. Group them in odd numbers and varying heights on trays or directly on surfaces. Consider candlelight's practical purpose to position them where their glow illuminates specific areas or objects. Battery-operated votives tucked into hurricane lanterns offer long-lasting ambient light, perfect for everyday enjoyment without constant maintenance. The right garland makes or breaks your Halloween farmhouse aesthetic. Choose materials that feel organic, and substantial eucalyptus garland provides gorgeous texture and subtle scent, while preserved autumn leaves in mixed colors offer vibrant seasonal impact. Consider base material carefully. Grapevine, burlap, or natural rope all provide authentic farmhouse foundation. Look for garlands with varied elements rather than uniform repetition. Mixing leaves, berries, seed pods, and small pumpkins creates visual interest. Drape loosely rather than tally for natural, organic flow. Layer different garlands together for depth. Perhaps eucalyptus as base with full leaf garland woven through. Incorporate lights by wrapping micro LED strands through garland before installation. Secure properly using floral wire, removable hooks, or clear fishing line so garland maintains its shape. Fluff and range after hanging, ensuring even distribution and no bare spots. Pumpkins are Halloween essentials, but styling them with intention elevates everything. Mixed sizes dramatically pair large statement pumpkins with tiny ones for scale variety. Choose colors thoughtfully for farmhouse appeal. White pumpkins provide sophisticated neutrality. Traditional orange adds classic warmth, while blue-gray heirlooms offer unexpected interest. Consider shapes beyond standard. Round Cinderella pumpkins with their flat, wide profile create visual grounding, while long neck varieties at height. Mix real with fox. Strategically use quality artificial ones on high shelves where longevity matters, and fresh ones in main viewing areas. Grouping odd numbers using triangular composition. Place 3 pumpkins with largest in back, medium to one side, smallest opposite for dynamic arrangement. Elevate some on risers, books, or crates, while others sit directly on surfaces. Add stems, leaves, or moss round bases for finished, intentional appearance. Color choice dramatically impacts whether Halloween decor feels authentic farmhouse or costume party. Your foundation should be neutrals: cream, ivory, warm whites, natural wood tones, and weather grays provide sophisticated base. Layer in traditional autumn colors with restraint. Burnt orange, deep rust, golden yellow, and warm brown connect to harvest season naturally. Introduce Halloween-specific colors strategically rather than bright orange and black. Consider muted terracotta, charcoal gray, and deep plum for sophisticated edge. Metallic accents in aged brass, copper, or pewter add warmth without competing with natural elements. Consider undertones carefully. Warm-toned everything creates cohesion, so avoid mixing cool grays with warm browns. Use your most saturated colors sparingly as accents while keeping larger elements neutral. Test your palette by gathering items before arranging. They should feel harmonious together, not jarring or disconnected from your everyday farmhouse aesthetic. Lighting transforms Halloween decor from static display to atmospheric experience. Layer different light sources throughout each room: overhead, ambient lighting on dimmers, task lighting for functionality, and accent lighting for drama. Use warm-toned bulbs exclusively. 2700K creates that cozy, candlelit feel even from electric sources. String lights add magic anywhere. Drape micro LEDs through garlands, wind them in glass jars, or hang them along ceilings and door frames. Position lights behind objects to create mysterious silhouettes and depth. Lanterns provide farmhouse authenticity while containing candles safely. Use vintage-inspired metal ones on floors, tables, and clustered on hearths. Consider lighting's practical purpose during gatherings. Ensure enough illumination for safety while maintaining moody atmosphere. Install timers on string lights so your home glows welcomingly every evening without remembering to turn them on. Candlelight should always be supervised, but creates irreplaceable authentic flicker. Gorgeous farmhouse Halloween doesn't require enormous budget. Shop your home first. Gather existing neutral decor, vintage pieces, and natural materials already owned. Thrift stores and antique shops provide authentic vintage items like brass candlesticks, old books, wooden crates, and metal containers at fraction of new retail prices. Nature offers free decor. Collect branches, pinnacones, interesting seed pods, and full leaves from your own yard. Dollar stores stock surprising finds basic white pumpkins, pillar candles, and vases that look high-end once styled. Make your own garlands using supplies from craft stores. During sales, eucalyptus bunches, floral wire, and dried elements cost little but create big impact. Invest in quality artificial pumpkins and core pieces you'll reuse annually while treating fresh elements and consumables as affordable seasonal updates. Borrow large items from friends or family. Focus budget on one statement area like mantel, styling other spaces with smaller, less expensive touches. Smart decorators choose pieces that transition beautifully through autumn's entirety. Start with versatile foundation elements that work September through November. Wheat stalks, corn husks, pinnacones, and neutral pumpkins feel appropriate throughout fall. Add specifically Halloween elements like black candles, spooky signs, and costume accents in early October. Position for easy removal. Plan for easy Halloween to Thanksgiving transition by keeping majority of decor and harvest theme rather than Halloween specific. After October 31st, simply remove overly spooky elements while maintaining everything else. Suddenly your space feels Thanksgiving ready with minimal effort. Choose decor in colors that work both holidays. Rust, cream, gold, and warm browns serve double duty beautifully. Store Halloween specific items carefully for next year. Then add Thanksgiving-specific accents like gratitude signs or cornucopia elements to existing arrangements. This approach maximizes both budget and effort while keeping your home seasonally decorated for months rather than weeks. What a journey through the farmhouse Halloween wonderland we've shared today. From your welcoming facade through every single room, you now have the inspiration and practical knowledge to create that perfect blend of rustic charm and spooky ambience. Remember, the most beautiful farmhouse spaces feel collected over time rather than decorated all at once. Start with what excites you most. Perhaps that stunning mantle display. Then build from there as your schedule and budget allow. Don't stress about perfection. Embrace the organic, lived-in quality that makes farmhouse style so appealing. Mix those rustic candles with natural garlands, layer in your pumpkins and autumn elements. Then step back and enjoy that magical spooky glow you've created. If you found these ideas helpful and inspiring, I'd absolutely love it if you'd hit that like button and drop a comment below telling me which room you're most excited to decorate. I read every single one. And please, don't forget to subscribe to the Daily House Ideas and ring that notification bell so you never miss our next dose of design inspiration. Your dream farmhouse Halloween is completely within reach, and I can't wait to see what you create. Happy decorating, friends!